Okay, so this should be good. I'm going to be going over GitHub and how you're probably going to share code. So in the past, I've had it where we've just written code into Google Docs, and there's nothing wrong with that. If it's stupid and it works, then it's not stupid. And you basically just have to paste your code. Let me go to the Codewars site so you can see what I'm talking about. You just submit your code right here. So as long as you do it in a doc, you could totally just paste it in here. And you just have to do it in a solution language. So you don't need an IDE. If you're amazing at writing code without an IDE, you'd probably be working side by side and then moving it over. And honestly, I could see that working extremely well. So nothing hurts with doing that. Another way, if you're worried about formatting or you want to be keeping track of your problems, because docs might not be the most organized, you can use GitHub, or you could even email your solutions to each other. Like, that's the only other thing I could think of. Maybe you could do a drive and you drag and drop your Python or your Java files in, and that could be another way. But I'm going to be showing you GitHub in case that's something you want as an option. Let me go ahead and show you how to do that. So I had just done the Python one. It's the same in Python and Java. You just need to know how to set up GitHub. So when you're doing GitHub, you want to go into here. And I'm going to load GitHub. I'm going to go to my repositories. I'm going to click the plus, and I'm going to create a new repository. And I'm just going to call it Codewars. This is actually probably the one I would use if I end up uploading my solutions. I'll see. But I'm going to make it public for now. It doesn't really matter. I'll be a little more specific. And let's create it. And now I need to create a folder for this remote repository. So this is like somewhere on some other server. And it's going, okay, put whatever you want in there. You can put any folder you want. Like, I could put this on there. It's from my A-push class. Or I could put a screenshot in there. That's from physics, right? It doesn't even matter. You can upload anything as long as it's, like, tiny enough. Code doesn't take up a lot of space. I'm going to navigate over to Python. And this would be the same if you're doing it for Java. You just have to do it the right path. So let's make this a little bigger so you can read it. Codewars inputs, outputs, Python is this one. And I'm going to change directories over to here. And let's ls. It would be dir on a Windows. And you notice how I have my main file and I have my input.txt. So I want to upload both of those. But first, I have to create something called a readme. A readme has like how to set up your project. Normally I just leave it blank for projects like these because there's no real setup, but copy paste that over, pretty simple. And some issue you might have is it's gonna say I don't know who you are. And let me look up if they actually have like really good docs on this, or like if I can think of the error. No user, maybe it's like don't know who you are. I'm trying to think of what it is called. GitHub initialize user. I think oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So they have some really good docs. This might be something that I might just copy paste over into the description also. But when it asks you to do something, it should throw you an error that says like, oh, I don't know who you are, because it literally doesn't know where you're trying to push your files to. It doesn't even know this exists is the problem. You'll have to create an account, by the way, so that'll be all fine and dandy. You just need to make sure you set up your user in your computer, a local computer. So you'll go like this, git config, username, and then Mona Lisa is just like whatever your username is. Mine would be like git config -- global user.name yumibyte, because that's my GitHub username. And confirm that you've set it correctly. you could just do this and you should be fine, as long as you know you did it right. And then like you can, this is just for double checking. And then let me see what's doing down here. Yeah, you just want to do this one. This is for a single repository. Do it for every single one on your computer, unless you're going to be changing accounts, which shouldn't be happening. You're just going to use that command to connect it to all of the repositories on your computer. Cool? So you should have to do that. You should also have to enter your password, and it should direct you to Chrome, where you say like, oh, I accept, like you have permissions, GitHub, I sell all of my organs to you, and you should be fine. And after doing that, copy paste this over. Should work this time. Now go ls, and notice have something called a readme. So I'm going to reload this page, and wow, I just created quote unquote my first commit. And you will see that this is just a blank file, but it's just titled whatever your Codewars or whatever your repository name is. And I'm going to go ahead and push what is in my repository now. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. That might be nice. So I'm going to click ls, and I'm going to go get status. So I want to see what files aren't on this repository. You notice how it's blank except for the readme. You notice how readme doesn't show up here because it's already on there. It's up to date. And I am missing input.txt and main.py, and that's why it's in red. So I'm going to get add everything, and that's what dot means. If you want to just add one thing, you go get add main.py. It didn't make a difference because I already added everything, but I'm going to go get status again. And you notice how it added everything for me. Wow, so convenient. And now we have all those files where Git is tracking these now. It's going, okay, I'm looking to see which lines you've changed. And we want Git to go, okay, I want to attach a message to this. It's called a commit and a message, and then whatever message. And let's call this, I could actually call it problem 01, and I'll call it, yeah, problem 01, because we just did this, the first one about like taking input and then saying like, hello Harvey or something like that. And I'm going to commit that, go get status again. And you notice how it says your branch is one ahead of our origin. So on here, we're on something called a branch, which is like, think of it like different permutations of your code. So you can make a branch that has your code without this variable, and that would be on one of the branches. And then I could change this and go, no, I want it on my main branch like this. And your branches are like holding different versions of your code. So it's kind of like a Google Doc history for code, and it's really convenient. And basically on here it's saying, okay, this branch is not up to date with your branch on your computer right now. So I'm gonna go, okay, so what branches do I have? And it says I'm on main, and that I don't have a another branch that I'm working off of. So let's go get checkout -b. It means let's go into the branch and let's create the branch. -b means branch. Let's call it problem 01. Yeah. Let's go get status. And these files are just from clicking this. If you as much as click this, it will edit something called the .ide. I'm pretty sure it's just because the IDE is updating itself. And let's go, let me think about this. So if I go get branch -a and I go get push prom 01 to my main, it doesn't appear, could not read, make sure, get merge prom 01 to main. Here, wait, let me think about it. There we go. Sorry. So scratch this part, but basically you'll go git push origin problem 01. Sorry, I normally do it a different way. I'm going to show that the second time around because it's my favorite way, and I feel like this one kind of requires a little more code. So don't do any of this, just do git push and then to the origin, which is the current remote repository, and then whatever branch you just created. And let's go into here and compare and pull request, and it looks like it's all good. It says now I'm comparing my new branch to my original. And let's create the pull request. Pull requests are just meant for pushing your code out to that origin branch. And I can actually see which files I changed. This is just some background stuff for the IDE, but I'm looking for this. Cool. So you can see all the code I wrote, so it worked perfectly. And let's go back through here, and I'm going to merge this. Something really cool, the reason why you do this through a pull request is because you can actually revert your changes. And if you just committed directly to your repository, you wouldn't be able to revert it, and that would be very hard to undo. So this gives you a lot of power over managing your code. So that's basically how to push your code to GitHub. And you can see my code's actually on here. Super cool. I was geeking out when I first figured this out, but yeah, so that's how you do that. And you would just have to go into here. Let's go to settings and manage access, and let me go into here. That should be good. And you should be able to invite collaborators. And you can invite your teammates, and they'd be able to push to the same set of code. The other way you can actually push to GitHub is, sorry, I'm typing like I'm in Java, so is second time pushing. Basically, you can make any change, and then GitHub will go, okay, so now if I go git status, it goes, okay, you just changed your code again. That's behind now. And I'm going to show you the second way to do it. I made this change so I could show you the second way how to push to your GitHub repository. But basically, git status, let's add everything. And I'm going to put it under the same branch. And I'm going to commit with a message that it's problem 01, but with a note, right? And then go git status again. Should say it's behind. Oh, we're just on problem 01, and the working tree is clean. So everything on this branch is up to date with this local repository or local folder. And so this is the cool way I like to do it. So I like to go GHPR create. That means GitHub, create a pull request. And instead of doing it through here, you can just do it all through your terminal. You may not have GH, and here, I'm going to quit out here to show you what you would do if you don't have GH. You would have to install Brew. Let me look this up. You would have to go into here, and Brew is something you use on a Mac, and it should be this one. But basically look it up, and I'm looking for their website. You would be able to go into here, and you just copy this, and you paste it, and it should install Brew. And then you could go, I'm pretty sure you could go Brew install GH. And yep, and you should be able to do it, and I'm gonna quit out of this, except basically it'll install the whole thing. It should work fine. But if you're on a Windows, then you'll have to use let me think about this. There's something else, and I forget the name. Install GH for the Windows. They have something called, it's Choco. So you want to install Choco. So install Choco on it's called Chocolatey on a Windows. And it's pretty simple also. Let me look. Yeah, it should be a single line thing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it would be just like that. So, oh, did not mean to do that. But basically, I'm pretty sure this one should have a file install. It should be pretty simple. I've done it on a Windows computer before and it wasn't that bad. Yeah, it seems like that's about it for how to install that. There's even an install like button so you can do it like that. But that's really cool, and that's the way you can install GH. And I'm going to now actually create my pull request. So GitHub, create pull request. Let's name it prob01. I'll just call it like that. And then I can add a body, and that's basically like, oh, I want to type an extra comment, and let's say hi. You don't even need codes. I'm gonna say hi, and then this is testing out GH, and I'm going to go Control O, Enter, Control X. Yeah, and that saves everything you wrote, and then let's submit it. All good. And now let's go into our pull requests, and you notice how it opened it for us. We didn't even have to do anything. This becomes a process that takes like 30 seconds to do if you do it really fast. And you notice how everything we wrote in Nano comes into here. So that's really cool. I love this feature because you can write it without actually having to come in here and edit anything. And I'm going to merge this. Let's confirm it. And it says, okay, all done. And let's go into here. If I go into input.txt, not input.txt, if we go into main, it has my new comment because it updated it. And that's really sweet. And that's how it would work if I was my other teammate and I pushed to this repo. So if I was, let's say I'm your teammate and I decide, okay, I want to make an update, I have to make sure I go get pull origin master. You have to pull all the contents to go, okay, I want to see, oh, I think they got rid of the name master recently. It's main now. Get pull origin main. Sorry, I'm still getting used to that. But basically, you'll pull and it'll say, okay, yeah, here's all your updated files and here's the last thing someone did. And being that I'm the only editor, there's not going to be any changes. But this is a summary of GitHub. If you have any questions about any of these videos, go ahead and message me. I'm on Discord and I will be on the Discord tomorrow morning. Bye.